Okay.
We're here for a PTI admonishment. He's in DWI PTI right now, and he's being honest and admitting that hasn't been able to stop drinking.
Narrator, come up.
In his SOP, so they're recommending putting him into a more intensive IOP program.
I'm
And he did say that he's been sober for a month now.
I'm putting a SCRAM on his ankle.
And right there, the judge sets the tone. No sympathy, no excuses. When a defendant's in a rehab program but keeps drinking, the court sees it as defiance, not disease.
No. Not a good morning. No, this is no tolerance. I don't understand what you're not getting, If we have facilities for you, if you're unable to stop, we're giving you the opportunity by yourself. If you're not able to do it, then we have treatment facilities for you. That's it. Test positive one more time. I will revoke your bond. I'm going to put you in jail. It's just not going to go well for you. Do you understand?
That line, I don't care if it was mouthwash or a tequila lollipop, is legendary in courtrooms. Judges hear every excuse in the book, and at some point they stop listening. This is where accountability meets reality.
I'm now amending your bond conditions to have you put a SCRAM on your ankle. This thing is extremely finicky, and it detects anything that you put on your body. So if you try to come here and say it's mouthwash, it was a tequila lollipop, it was hair dye, I don't care. Excuses go in one ear, they go out the other. Do you understand? Have you spoken with them to see if they still want to even keep him on?
Yes. So the recommendation is to modify him and put him into IOP. He's in SOP currently, but they want him to go into IOP followed, I guess, by SOP to get it done.
Something more has to happen. He had 2 bond violations while he was even on bond, and now we have this.
And he has been participating in the treatment, and this has been coming up at treatment, and he's being honest about it outside of him being.
Translation, the soft rehab isn't cutting it. IOP, Intensive Outpatient Program, is the next level. It's where the court says, if you can't fix yourself voluntarily, we'll make you.
Being honest, this wouldn't even have come up. So I do know that he understands that, and he's trying to get better, and he does report back that he's been sober for a month and 4 days now. So I think he is doing better, and he's on the right track, and I think the IOP will help him.
When does it start?
He's currently enrolled in SOP from what I can tell, so I would assume after he completes that, he'll start.
I think that we need to just kill the SOP and start with IOP now. No, I mean, SOP is obviously not working, right? When did he start SOP?
Let me double check.
So, Fleischer, SCRAM on today, please.
Going to be enrolled in the PTI program, and that would be probation.
Do we do that through you though, then, Shatori, the SCRAM?
We can switch it over, but you'll have to cover those.
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, that's, the consequence of behavior, right? You will be responsible paying for the SCRAM device. I can't pay for it because you're no longer on bond. You're going to have to foot the bill. If you don't pay for it, it's going to go into lockout. And if it goes into lockout, I'm going to revoke your bond. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
So I'd like it on today though.
Okay.
Okay. So, I need to reach out to Ashley to see where we're going to go, because I think something deeper needs to happen, because it's not enough. The drinking is still occurring. It occurred while we're on bond, and there has to be some kind of consequence, So I don't know, Eric, I'll email you, and I'm going to email Ashley, and we'll see but take a seat for me. Okay. I'm not ready to reset it just yet. So let me reach out to her. And
You want to reach out to her right now?
I'm going to reach out to her right now. Okay. Hi. I know that you guys are now talking about having tiered PTI programs. Is that right?
Goal.
That's such a great goal. We need to. We have this case here where this gentleman is in a PTI. He has 2 BVRs while he's on bond. Our cases, right? Now gets in the program. Now we have more. So obviously what we're doing, it's just not working.
So he's in the program?
Correct. And now we're here on more violations.
And I'm sorry, because I thought he had applied and that he was
No, he's in,
denied.
he's in.
That's not him. About it.
Oh, I pulled the wrong person, sorry. What's the cause number?
It is. What's the last name again, Eric?
Have it right here. 250-2446. No, see that's. Yeah, so he had a couple of bond violations. He got into the program. He's doing SOP, and as part of his SOP, he was honest with him and just told him that he had been drinking. And I believe the last time he told him he was drinking was January the 5th.
Okay.
So they filed, I guess, a
You know,
violation
people will
on it.
say that, but it's, how do we really know?
Right.
You know,
And the recommendation from the CSO was to continue supervision, but change him to IOP where he can get more intensive treatment.
Mhm.
And the judge today is wanting to put him on the SCRAM device as part of the program as well. And he wanted to speak to you about potentially,
how
if
do we
can
go
think of anything else.
so that we know?
So,
You know, because it's, what we're doing now is just not working.
so what I can do is, because it looks like I've received a violation report and just haven't.
That's an important insight. Every DWI case is different. Some people are addicted, some reckless, some just unlucky. And the justice system has to balance punishment with rehabilitation.
I haven't responded to it yet. I can agree to keep him in the program. At this point with IOP and a SCRAM device. So he would have to turn in whatever device he has now, switch to a SCRAM,
There's no, it's absolute no tolerance.
and then
It's
on zero tolerance.
Mhm.
and I don't care what it is, Eric, you know,
Understand.
it's just, but. And I think that this is a prime example of how we need to have tiered, you know, that it's so sorely needed because, you know, DWIs are not just one
That's
thing,
good, right?
one,
Absolutely.
and that's what we've been doing for 4, and it's just not right. And then that's why we're back here where had we probably started out with a more intensive, and I don't know why, because we had the violations in the interim. Maybe the TRAS was done prior to the violation.
And I also don't believe previously that violations were given much attention. So we now have methods in place to better track an applicant who has bond violations so that we can look at exactly what happened with each of those to evaluate whether, you know, we think they're an appropriate candidate, and if so, should we be looking, you know, more in detail behind the TRAS recommendations or adding things on top of the TRAS? So,
Do you mind bringing your client up? I certainly appreciate the honesty. I think that we probably would have found out at some point regardless, you know?
I think it shows that he has the want to do better.
You know, I appreciate the honesty. I really do. I think that we probably would have caught on at some point because you can't just, you know, you can lie to us, but you can't lie to yourself, right? The idea of this program is for you to better yourself, to learn so you don't come back or so you don't make a decision where you create such a chaos where you kill someone, you maim someone. That's what we're trying to prevent with these programs, to give you the tools, to give you the knowledge so that you don't go out there and make a boneheaded move where you kill someone. You know, if you kill yourself, okay, great. Don't leave a wake of destruction. That's all we're asking. It's absolute no tolerance from this forth, from now on. And I don't care what the excuse is. I don't care what the blow is. I don't care how small. I don't care how minute what it is. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I guess that's it. We'll
I'll respond to the DWI PTI unit with what we just discussed. And then they'll let you know what you need to do going forward.
Okay, yeah, as far as the removal order, they'll contact him for the interlock and then switch him to the SCRAM.
That would have to come from the COO. I
Okay.
believe that's where it would come from.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you so much.
Of course.
Yeah, I want to ask you one more quick thing. All right, guys, please.
Future dates not necessary?
I don't know how that works.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we keep the same.
Just go back to the termination date original.
When was the original termination date?
Should be in the.
It's just that placed in October. I don't think he sets it shorter, so like.
Yeah, October.
October of this year.
Oh, so October 30th.
Yeah, so for now, yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Do you?
That's what tough love sounds like in a courtroom. The judge doesn't hate the defendant, he's trying to shock him into change. Because next time, it won't be a lecture, it'll be a sentence.
Thanks. Yeah. Don't even change, don't change the reset. Just leave it as is.
Okay, but I have to change it because today is.
Oh, okay. So Eric, I guess it was the
Back to the original
31st,
termination.
right? Was it the October 31st then? Mr. Manzano, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. Second offense, you're facing up to a year in jail and a $4,000 fine. You have worked out an agreement where they're offering you 180 days in jail to be probated for 15 months. You need to understand something, and let me make this loud and clear for you. This is now a second DWI. You pick up another one, what happens? Right. Minimum 2 years in prison, a maximum of 10 years in prison. And you don't have to be falling down piss ass drunk for them to file a felony on you. All you need, because they're going to look at your record, you get pulled over, just strong odor of alcohol. That's all they're going to need. And then boom. That's it.
Only 20 years old, Judge.
Freaking 20. When was the first one?
It was last year, Judge, in Magnolia, in Montgomery County.
Done? How are you? Even if you've had a sip of alcohol, I would never, even if you're 72, get behind the wheel because you're only going to hose yourself. If I find that you test positive while you're on this probation, I'm going to put you in a rehab facility. Do you understand? I want him tested a lot. He has two bond violations.
He's got an ankle monitor on him, Judge. And he would prefer to keep that.
I'm not taking it off.
Yes.
Right. You will be required to have this SCRAM while you're on this probation. I can't pay for it though, so get ready. You know,
How much that cost, Judge? $350 a month?
East.
Understand?
Not allowed to drive either. I'm suspending your license for a year. Do you understand? Mr. Manzano, you're giving up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal once you accept this agreement. You can never change this, undo this. You are stuck with this for the rest of your life. Do you understand?
Yes.
I want you to understand something. You have 2 bond violations and you've only been on bond for roughly around 180 days. Get ready because you test positive one time. I will issue a warrant for your arrest. Number one, you're looking at 180 days, but you will stay. It's not going to go well. A minimum of 9 months in a treatment facility. If you respond well to treatment, up to a year and a half in a facility in the jail. Do you understand? To successfully complete this thing. Has he already done it to your ass, Shatari?
Not yet.
You must do a TRAS, which is an evaluation to see what conditions you may need. If they assess further conditions, you must follow those conditions. Do you understand? They may say residential treatment. Due to the fact that you have one DWI not long ago, you have now another DWI, now you've got two bond violations, they may say residential treatment. So get ready. A DWI repeat offender education class, 3 victim impact panels, 90 20 Alcoholics Anonymous meetings. When should I say we like get that done pretty quick, you know, because he has a real recent violation. So let's do maybe 3 per week for the first now, starting up now, 3 a week.
You could do more. You could do done. Yeah. They have them there.
Well, no. I'm doing this in a specific way so that it lasts for a long time. I don't want you to do all of them at one time. I want to do 3 a week, and that's how we're going to do it because I want them to last for a long time. I don't want you to do them all in 1 or 2 weeks. No. Do you understand? We are going to craft a plan for you. I'm going to have you meet with clinicians. You're going to be evaluated to see how we go forward because, Mr. Manzano, I don't know you. I've never met you before. All I know is how you look on paper, and it just doesn't look good for a 20-year-old. So the idea is that we craft a plan so you don't kill someone out there and end up with a 40-year sentence because that happened not 3 days ago. Do you understand? No drugs, no alcohol, no breath test refusal, meaning that if you're pulled over in a car and an officer asks you to submit to a breath test, you must do it. If you don't, you're in violation of this probation. $100 one-time donation to Mothers Against Drunk Driving, 30 hours community service, and a guardian interlock. Are you in high school now? What are you doing? Did you graduate from high school?
Yes.
Okay.
Judge, you said guardian interlock?
Right. So what happens is we have this order that we send to the Texas Department of Public Safety so that DPS in Austin puts something in their system so that every officer in the state knows that if you're pulled over, you're supposed to have a guardian interlock. So if you're driving a car that doesn't have a breath test device and they see you driving without it, they're going to arrest you.
He has no driver's license, Judge.
So this is what we'll do is we'll now make another condition that he's to get his driver's license. Are you here with permission in this country?
No, he's not, Judge.
Okay, so then he can't get his license.
He'll never get a license.
You need to understand one more thing. You were lucky to be out. You go to jail and immigration finds you, they're going to put a detainer on you. Do you understand? So you have a lot to lose.
You still wanted him to get a guardian interlock?
Well, yes, we're going to do the order so that DPS knows it. But what we'll do is we'll have him with the school.
A rare moment of compassion. Notice how the judge connects education with rehabilitation. The system isn't just punishing, it's offering a way out.
Okay. How do you plead to the offense, sir? Guilty or not guilty? I'm going to find you guilty. I'm going to send you to all these conditions. Get ready because I'm going to follow what the TRAS says. And whatever it says, that's what we're going to do. Do you understand? Okay. All right, guys.
Thank you.
So just wave his fees, you know, and to me, I don't care about the money. It's never about the money. It's you doing what you say you're going to do and doing it the right way. That's what I care about. All I'm trying to do is prevent someone from dying on our roads because we don't need it. And you don't need to go to jail for 40 years because I'm telling you, every single day, someone dies from a DWI in our county. It's disgusting. Don't. When it's so easy, all you have to do is one freaking button on your phone, $30 will take you anywhere you need to go in this county. How much money have you spent the last 3 years on DWIs? When $30. Do you know what I mean? Hit the flipping button next time. For the next 15 months, your butt's mine though. You test positive, I'm going to light you up. Do you understand? All right. This is Mr. Strong.
Yes, sir, Your Honor. Judge, I believe the state is moving from a assault of a family member to a plain assault.
This is a big deal. A really, really big deal. You know, with an assault of a family member, there is an affirmative finding of family violence. And what that means, if you ever pick up another one, you're looking at a third-degree felony, a minimum of 2 years in prison, a maximum of 10 years in prison, because they can use one plus another one to make them into a felony offense. Do you understand? So you need to be very careful. I would say 95% of the people that are in jail now are there because they have no self-control. They get upset, they wig out, and they do whatever they want to do without thinking of, if I do this, what's going to happen? If I say this, what's going to happen? And that's what you need to do.
I was teaching that yesterday.
It's not hard. That's what we're going to do now, to try to give you the tools so that you think in the future of consequence. If I do this, what's going to happen? Do you understand? What you're doing now is you're entering into what's called a deferred adjudication. That is a type of probation that if you complete it successfully, you do not end up with a conviction on your record. It's the next best thing to a dismissal, but it's not dismissed. You can't, if you complete it, you can't tell people it was dismissed. You just do the probation, you complete it successfully, and you don't end up with a conviction. Do you understand? For you to complete it successfully, you must do what's called a TRAS. That's an evaluation to see what conditions you may need. If they assess conditions, you must fulfill those. No drugs, no alcohol, mental health caseload, and to get your GED. That is probably one of the most important things out of this. Sure.
I am still doing the online school at the moment. I graduate this June.
Great. You're going now faithfully? Okay. It's really, really important. You can't go through life without a minimum, a high school diploma, because you will earn, I promise you, you will get menial, meaning you won't get a good job at a minimum with a high school diploma. There is a correlation, a curve. The more schooling you have, the more money you make. That's life. If it was easy, everybody would be doing it. That's why the more education you have, the harder something is, the more money you make. You understand? Are you dad? Come on up.
This is Mark.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you so much for coming. The most important thing, I think, is that we learn self-control, number one. Number two, that he graduates from high school.
Yes, sir.
And I will make you a deal. The minute you get your high school diploma, we'll take you off.
Yes, sir.
There's no need for you to be on this thing for an entire year. All you need to do, learn so that you don't come back and get your high school diploma. And once you do that, we'll terminate you. It's never about the money. I don't care about the money. We'll waive all your fees. I can't pay for outside vendor stuff. As far as stuff here, we'll take it off so you don't have to owe anything.
Sir, do I have to call Mr. Dixon when I get it to let him know?
Well, no, because we'll have you report directly with probation. You have to understand, though, that you give up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement. You're saying you don't want a trial, you don't want to talk to witnesses, confront and cross-examine the people who are accusing you. You can't appeal this thing. Once you accept this agreement, you're entering into a contract with us. This is an agreement. You either complete it successfully, or if you don't, I'm going to issue a warrant for your arrest, and you're looking at a whole year in jail. You understand? Meaning, if you don't do your stuff on time, if you pick up a new case, if you consume illegal drugs like marijuana, if you consume alcohol, these things will land you back in jail.
Sir.
I'm going to bring you out. We're going to have a hearing. If they prove it to me that you violated this agreement, you're looking at a whole year in jail. You understand?
The smartest thing for me.
Who's the complaining witness in this case?
His father, Judge. Right here.
So I don't want you to have threatening, harassing contact with dad. We all get upset with our dad, but he's here for you. If he didn't care about you, he wouldn't be here. Do you know how many kids I see here that have no parents here at all? Be happy that you have a father, because you only get one. And sometimes they're going to disagree with you. They're going to. It's just a matter of time. But if you get upset, find another release, find another outlet, go beat up a tree. I have a friend who's got a calcified knuckle. It looks like a humongous nipple because it's so big. Because when he gets upset, he goes outside and punches trees. That's what he does. His knuckle is literally this. Find a release, not on a person. Do you understand? All right. How do you plead to the offense? Guilty or not guilty? I'm not going to find you guilty. I'm going to wait. I'm going to give you a year. But once you graduate high school, I'll cut you loose. No dope, no alcohol. All right. Good luck, my friend. All right. If you need anything, if he starts acting up, come back, let us know. We'll take care of business. Be nice. It's not hard. Okay, guys. Good luck.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. Yes, sir.
Good morning, sir. Sir, you're charged with criminal trespass. You speak English?
Yes.
Okay, you're charged with criminal trespass. You are facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir.
On February 3rd, 2025, an officer was dispatched to the student-only lobby at the University of Houston in Harris County, Texas, in reference to an unidentified suspicious person standing in the student-only lobby, accessible only by students and authorized staff with their key cards after operating hours. The officer observed the defendant standing in the student-only lobby after the operating hours. The defendant was identified and recognized by a witness who had previously warned the defendant about being on campus after hours. Additionally, the defendant had been issued a previous criminal trespass warning for the entire university campus on February 1st, 2025 and October 4th, 2024. The witness stated the defendant had verbally acknowledged the warnings.
All right, Mr. Okonkwo, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. I am ordering you as a condition of your bond not to go back to the University of Houston. Do you understand? I'm going to do everything in my power to protect the public. If I find that you are going back, you endanger my public, I'm going to put you in jail. No more PR bonds for you. Do you understand? I know that there have been several issues at the University of Houston. Did they ever find what was,
Not to my knowledge.
Do you have the ability to hire a lawyer, Mr. Okonkwo? I'm going to have you fill out an application for me. We'll see whether you qualify for an appointed lawyer. I'm going to have you go to Ramona, sign a reset. I'm also ordering you as a condition of your bond not to be in possession of weapons as well. Do you understand? All right, I'll have you sign a reset and then we'll have you take a seat in the jury box while we find you a lawyer, sir. Please. Ma'am, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. It's elevated to a Class A misdemeanor because of the high blow, so you were facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you now. Sorry?
I'll have an attorney.
Okay, we'll get there. Please.
Judge, on February 3rd, 2025, officers were dispatched to an accident at the 4900 block of Fondren Road in Houston, Texas, Harris County. The officers observed a gray 2016 Chevy Malibu to have struck a concrete pillar. The vehicle was still running and the defendant was in the driver's seat of the car. The defendant was the sole occupant of the vehicle. Officers spoke with the defendant and observed signs of intoxication, including poor balance, glossy eyes, and strong odor of alcohol and breath. Officer overheard the defendant tell Houston Fire Department she had a lot to drink. The defendant had just left a club called Good Mood and was on her way home. Officer administered SFTSs, HGN 6 of 6, and did not perform the other standard field sobriety test and was detained.
They took her back and she blew.
He was transported back to the station. You guys see red consented breath 0.0162 and 0.167.
Got it. Okay. Can you look her up, see if she's any prior to DWIs, please?
That's just.
And one more thing, whether she has a valid Texas driver license as well.
I will see priors.
Okay. Mr. Washington, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming alcohol or illegal drugs, I will revoke your bond, put you in jail. You understand, ma'am? You are not allowed to drive unless you have a valid Texas driver license and liability insurance, which are also a condition of your bonds. You violate those as well, you will end up going to jail. Do you understand? Yes or no? Did you see whether she has a valid license? Okay. Did you want to apply for an appointed lawyer, ma'am? Did you want to apply for a court-appointed lawyer? Okay, I'll give you an application. I'm gonna have you sign a with Ramona, and then we'll have you take a seat in the jury box and then fill it out, and then we'll have you talk to someone here momentarily. Everything happens.
Today?
Yeah, today.
And come back to you?
I'll let the lawyer explain to you how it works. I can't give you legal advice. And you're charged with criminal trespass. You are facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You've worked out an agreement where they're offering you 120 days in jail with credit for the 56 days that you've done. You give up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, there's no, can never changes. You understand?
Yes.
This is what you want to do.
Guilty.
You're guilty of the offense, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay. It says here that you have a prior assault. Is this true or untrue out of the 488th District Court from last year?
Last year, ma'am.
I'm not sure.
Did you have a prior assault last year? Is that true or untrue?
I don't think so.
Just abandon it. Yeah. Okay. All right. All right, ma'am, I'm going to find you guilty. I'm going to send you to the agreement. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr.
So what?
You going home? On this class. You got it.
Mr. Zamora, you're charged with fleeing a police officer. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you, sir.
On February 3rd, 2025, an officer observed a vehicle traveling southbound, making a legal U-turn, and the rear of the vehicle fishtailed during the illegal turn. The officer pursued the vehicle by positioning their vehicle at the fleeing vehicle's rear with emergency flashers on. The officer witnessed the vehicle make multiple illegal lane changes without the use of a turn signal. Additionally, the officer saw the vehicle increase speed. The illegal lane changes were made within 2 car lengths of the vehicle. The fleeing vehicle passed. The pursuit lasted approximately 0.7 miles before the fleeing vehicle finally came to a stop. The defendant was identified by his Texas driver's license. An NCIC inquiry revealed that the vehicle had expired registration and no insurance. The defendant admitted to having just left the bar and had the odor of alcohol on his breath. When asked why he didn't stop, the defendant said, "Oh, I didn't know, I'm sorry."
Attorney for Ezra Monzon? Yes.
So they didn't do any field sobriety tests, anything like that, huh? Very lucky, Mrs. Zamora. Mrs. Zamora, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. So you said he has, can you look him up to see if he has a valid Texas license?
You don't have a driver's license on file.
Do you know?
I don't think he does.
If you do not have a Texas driver license, you are not allowed to drive, Mrs. Zamora. I'm making that a condition of your bond. You must also have liability insurance as well. I don't know what your immigration status is, but if you're not in this country with permission and you go to jail and immigration finds you, they're going to put a detainer on you and you will be stuck like Chuck in custody until the case is over with, and then you get shipped off to immigration. That is a 9-month process in and of itself. Do not become a danger to my community. Do not violate these conditions. Otherwise, I will lock you up. And I'm telling you, ICE sweeps it on a daily basis. So if you spend any more than a couple of hours, they'll put their hands all over you. Do you understand?
It seems
Do
Yes.
not drive. You also have a lawyer. It is your responsibility to stay in touch with Mr. Arjagi. He will tell you if and when you have to go back to court. If he tells me he can't get a hold of you because you're not responding to phone calls or text messages, likewise, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. I'll have you come up here, swear to us that you're not going to drive. After that, I will get you to Ramona where we will have you sign a reset. And after that, you're free to go. Okay, guys.
Thank you, Judge. I'm here on Jose Triconis. He is in the jury box. He took a drug test this morning and he came out negative. But apparently his bond violation was that he was supposed to show up for one. He was out of town because he works out of town quite a bit. We're trying to get him into the PTI program.
Is it with a T or with a D?
I'm sorry?
D. D. Good morning, Mr. Triconis.
Morning.
You know, you're supposed to let your lawyers know.
I did, yeah, I did all that, emails and everything. Yes, sir.
So when you call and to go, when they call you to take a test, if you don't, we issue warrants. So that's why you let your lawyers know, hey, I'm going out of town. So they let us know.
They do that.
So if it happens again, I'm going to issue a warrant for your arrest. So don't miss if they call you to test again.
Okay.
Do you understand? If you're going out of town, let them know. They can let us know, and then we will work out some kind of solution. But
I did do that before. That's why
all I know is that you didn't show up for the test, and that's not good. Not a good thing. So just don't let it happen again. All right? Okay, guys.
Okay.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Mr. Echemendia Garcia, you were charged with driving while intoxicated. You were facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine because of the high blow. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir.
On August 18th, February 24th, an officer was dispatched. On August 18th, 2024, officers were dispatched to a crash and observed the defendant's vehicle with the front right bumper damage stopped at an intersection where the defendant had struck the witness's vehicle. The witness advised the defendant rear-ended him. He saw the defendant in the driver's seat and driving. He observed the odor of alcohol upon the defendant's breath, stumbling when he got out of his vehicle. The witness informed the officers he took the defendant's keys away because he attempted to leave the scene. Officers observed the defendant to have glassy, sleepy eyes, and the defendant admitted to having a can of natural light at 1:30. SFSTs were conducted. 6 out of 6 clues observed on the HGN. 4 out of 8 clues observed on the one-leg stand. And 3 out of 8 clues were observed on the walk and turn. The DIC was read and the defendant consented to a breath test. The results were 0.190 and 0.194.
Can you look to see if he has any prior DWIs? Number one.
No criminal history.
Can you look to see if he has a Texas driver license?
He does not.
Mr. Lázaro Echemendia Garcia, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. I am now placing bond conditions on you. If you violate these conditions, I will revoke your bond and I will put you in jail. I don't know what your immigration status is, but if you are not in this country with permission and you go to jail and immigration finds you, they will put an immigration detainer on you and you will be stuck like Chuck in custody until the case is over with, and then you will be shipped off to immigration. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I am ordering you now as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs. I will randomly test you. They may call on you to go take a test. If you fail to go take the test, a warrant will be issued for your arrest. If you do not have a Texas driver license and liability insurance in your name, then you are not allowed to drive. I will have you sign with me today an affidavit, which is a promise that you're going to make to me that you're not going to drive.
No vas a manejar.
This, I take above all else as serious as it comes. I don't care what's going on in your life. I don't care if you need groceries. I don't care if there's a burning building and you have to save 50 kittens. If you do not have a Texas driver license and liability insurance, you're not allowed to drive.
Poder manejar.
Do you understand?
¿Se lo entiende?
Sí, señor.
Yes, sir.
Tell me, Mr. Garcia, do you have a
Señor
lawyer?
García, ¿tiene abogado?
No.
No.
Do you have the ability to hire a lawyer?
La capacidad para poder ocupar un abogado?
No.
No.
I will have you fill out an application and I will take a look to see whether you qualify for an appointed lawyer.
Un abogado de oficio.
Do not leave
No se
until you
vaya.
sign all of our bond conditions.
Todas las condiciones de fianza.
I'm going to tell you now,
Voy a decir ahorita.
this is the only warning you will get from me.
Te voy a dar.
Do not endanger my community. Do you understand?
¿Lo entiende?
Sí, señor.
I don't know what happened to you. I don't know what happened with immigration. I will reinstate your bond now because I do it for every single person one time.
Siempre.
Ever fail to
Pero
show
si
up
usted
again,
vaya a
I'm giving you the
presentarse de
benefit of the
vuelta,
doubt
te
now.
voy a dar
I'm
el beneficio de
reinstating
la
your
duda.
bond.
Te voy a
Otherwise, you would be going to
poner
jail.
atrás.
But if you fail to appear for any more future hearings, then I will revoke your bond. Do you understand?
Si no, lo voy a quitar. ¿Usted lo entiende?
Sí.
Yes, sir.
Right. Mr. Gomez, you are charged with, you are charged with driving while intoxicated.
Están acusados de manejar cuando estabas intoxicado.
You're facing up to a year in jail
Mirando que posiblemente esto un año en la cárcel.
because of the high blow.
Que soplaste alto.
I am now putting bond conditions on you.
Estoy poniendo con condiciones de fianza.
If you violate these conditions, I'm going to put you in jail.
Si no cumples con estas condiciones, te voy a poner en la cárcel.
I don't know what your immigration status is,
No sé cuál es tu estado inmigratorio.
but if you're not in this country with permission
En este país, con permiso,
and you go to jail
y vas a la cárcel.
and immigration finds you
Inmigración te encuentra,
because they sweep it every single day,
lo están yendo ahí todos los días,
they will put an immigration detainer on you
a poner una orden de detención de inmigración.
and you will sit there until this case is over with and then shipped off to immigration.
Estar en la cárcel hasta que tú termines este caso y después te van a mandar al centro de migración.
Do you understand?
¿Entiendes eso, verdad?
Sí, señor. Pues.
Your first condition is that you're not to use alcohol or illegal drugs.
Puedes tomar alcohol o drogas ilegales.
You will be randomly tested.
Te van a estar checando bien seguido a cualquier momento.
If they call you to go test
Llaman para que te vayan a examinar
and you fail to appear,
y no te presentas.
a warrant for your arrest will be issued.
Yo voy a ordenar que te arresten. Porque
You are also not to drive.
no debes de manejar.
If you do not have a Texas driver license
Si no tienes licencia de manejar
and liability insurance,
y aseguranza,
you are not to drive.
no debes de manejar.
I don't care what your excuse is.
No importa a mí cuál es tu pretexto.
Do you understand?
¿Se entiende?
Sí, sí, señor.
Yes, sir.
You will be signing a promise with me.
Entonces, firmar una promesa conmigo,
This is an affidavit
un testamento
that you're not to drive.
de que no vas a manejar.
This is the only warning you will get from me.
Es la única advertencia que voy a hablar contigo de esto.
Do you understand?
¿Entiende usted?
Sí, señor, pues.
Yes, sir.
Can you see if he has any prior DWIs?
Yes. No, he has no criminal history.
Okay. Now, you have a lawyer.
Tienes un abogado.
It is your responsibility to stay in touch with him.
Comunícate con tu abogado.
If you fail to stay in touch with him
Comunicas con tu abogado
and he tells me that he can't get a hold of you,
y él me dice que no te puede conseguir,
I will issue a warrant for your arrest.
yo voy a hacerle una orden para tu arresto, para traerte.
All I want are my streets to be safe.
Yo todo lo que quiero es ponerte en este caso pendiente, que no tenga ningún problema y que las calles aquí de Houston no tienen que preocupar de ti. ¿Entiendes eso?
Sí, señor.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Good luck.
Buena suerte.
Gracias.
Aquí. Gilbert, first he has to promise here and then he's going to sign conditions over there.